Story 3. Change yourself and not the world. Long ago, people lived happily under the rule of a king. The people of the kingdom were very happy as they led a very prosperous life with an abundance of wealth and no misfortunes. Once, the king decided to go visiting places of historical importance and pilgrim centers at distant places. He decided to travel by foot to interact with his people. People of distant places were very happy to have a conversation with their king. They were proud that their king had a kind heart. After several weeks of travel, the king returned to the palace. He was quite happy that he had visited many pilgrim centers and witnessed his people leading a prosperous life. However, he had one regret. He had intolerable pain in his feet as it was his first trip by foot covering a long distance. He complained to his ministers that the roads weren't comfortable and that they were very stony. He could not tolerate the pain. He said that he was very much worried about the people who had to walk along those roads as it would be painful for them too. Considering all this, he ordered his servants to cover the roads in the whole country with leather so that the people of his kingdom can walk comfortably. The king's ministers were stunned to hear his order as it would mean that thousands of cows would have to be slaughtered in order to get sufficient quantity of leather. And it would cost a huge amount of money also. Finally, a wise man from the ministry came to the king and said that he had another idea. The king asked what the alternative was. The minister said, "Instead of covering the roads with leather, why don't you just have a piece of leather cut in appropriate shape to cover your feet?" The king was very much surprised by his suggestion and applauded the wisdom of the minister. He ordered a pair of leather shoes for himself and requested all his countrymen also to wear shoes. Moral: instead of trying to change the world, we should try to change ourselves.
It goes without saying that humans, mammals identifiable as those that stand upright and are comparatively advanced and capable of detailed thought, have pretty remarkable bodies, given all that they've accomplished. Furthermore, an especially intelligent human brain produced this text. To be sure, humans have overcome predators, disease, and all sorts of other obstacles over thousands of years. To fully understand and appreciate these accomplishments, let's take at some of the most well-known parts of the human body. The head, or the spherical body part that contains the brain and rests at the top of the human body, has quite a few individual organs and body parts on it. It should quickly be mentioned that hair occupies the space on top of the head, and the ears, the organs responsible for hearing, are located on either side of the head. From top to bottom, the eyebrows, or horizontal strips of hair that can be found above the eye, are the first components of the head. The eyes are below them, and are round, orb-like organs that allow humans to see. The eyes make way for the nose, or an external, sticking-out organ that plays an important part in the breathing and bacteria elimination processes. Below that is the mouth, or a wide, cavernous organ that chews food, removes bacteria, helps with breathing, and more. The mouth contains teeth, or small, white-colored, pointed body parts used to chew food, and the tongue, or a red-colored, boneless organ used to chew food and speak. The neck is the long body part that connects the head to the chest, the muscular body part that protects the heart and lungs, and the stomach, or the part of the body that contains food and liquid processing organs, comes below that. The legs are the long, muscular body parts that allow humans to move from one spot to another and perform a variety of actions. Each leg contains a thigh, a thick, especially muscular body part used to perform strenuous motions, the upper part of the leg, and a calf, thinner, more flexible body part that absorbs the shock associated with movement, the lower part of the leg. Feet can be found at the bottom of legs, and each foot is comprised of 5 toes, or small appendages that help balance. Arms are long, powerful body parts that are located on either side of chest, below the shoulders. Arms are comprised of biceps, the thicker, more powerful upper portion, and forearms, the thinner, more flexible lower portion. Hands, or small, gripping body parts used for a tremendous number of actions, are at the end of arms. Each hand contains 5 fingers, or small appendages used to grip objects. The aforementioned shoulders are rounded body parts that aid arms' flexibility. One's back is found on the opposite side of the stomach, and is a flat section of the body that contains important muscles that are intended to protect the lungs and other internal organs, in addition to helping humans perform certain motions and actions.
Story: Hunting with the lion. It was a dry summer. The animals in the forest were beginning to find it difficult to get food. A bear, a wolf and a jackal thought it would be better to join hands with a lion and do the hunting. They approached Lion and he too agreed. The 4 of them went off hunting. The hunting party came across a buffalo. The fox and wolf chased the buffalo. The bear intercepted the buffalo. The lion killed him. The fox made shares out of the buffalo. When they were about to take their shares, the lion roared and said, "Well, friends, the first share is mine for my leadership. The second share is mine, for it is I who killed. The third share is also mine, for I need it for my cubs. Anyone who needs a share can take the fourth. But before that you will have to win me." All the 3 left the place without a single word. Moral: if you are might, you are right. Story: Selfish friendship. Once a cat was caught in a hunter's net. A mouse used to live in a nearby hole. The mouse, seeing the cat in the net, started playing around the cat. Soon a mongoose came there. He wanted to kill the mouse. As he lifted his head, he saw an owl sitting on a tree trying to catch him. The mongoose went very near the cat's net to save himself. The mouse thought, when the hunter takes away the cat, the mongoose will not spare me, and the owl is there to enjoy both of us. The mouse went to the cat and said, "I can cut the net if you promise to save my life from the mongoose and the owl." The cat agreed. The mouse started cutting the net slowly and freed the cat only when the hunter was just near the cat. The cat took to heels and so ran the mongoose too. The owl was very much disappointed to see even the mouse running away to safety. A few days later, the cat, being hungry, went to the hole of the mouse and requested him to come out for a game. The mouse replied, "I sought friendship and saved you to save my life. Now you can go home." Moral: don't nurture friendship with selfish people.